Hello, my name is Sophie and I will be your primary clinician for the couple, Sandra and Miriam. Let me give you a brief explanation of the problem. The couple came to the session to address the distress and anxiety that has been escalating in the past 8 months over constant arguing. Sandra is a pursuer and Miriam is a withdrawal. Sandra wants to adopt a child and Miriam doesn't want to talk about it, causing Sandra to feel ignored and left out, since Miriam already has one child from her previous relationship. I saw the couple together for their intake and then individually for one session each to understand them individually first and then as a couple. This is going to be their second session as a couple, and I will be implementing emotion-focused therapy. Thank you both for coming in. As a reminder, the goal of the session is to deepen the conversation between both of you and create a safe place to express emotions. It has been a week since I last saw you. How was your week since our last appointment? Sandra, let's start with you.
I would say the week was okay.
Just okay? And that's it?
Well, it's okay as we have not argued as much.
I see. I'm happy to hear that you are not arguing as much. How about you, Miriam? How would you describe the week since our last appointment?
I'd say it was a busy week, but a great week. I have been working on some projects at work, which have kept me busy.
I see. Work has kept you busy. And how was your week with Sandra after our last appointment?
Oh, sorry. Yes, the week went well, actually. I have to agree with her. We have not argued as much. I think after our last session, our emotions were more under control.
Yes, I think so too.
That's great. So, what I'm hearing from both of you is that there was less arguing, your emotions were more under control, and you both agreed that it made the week better.
Well, see, is that I still feel that our communication it's just that every time I bring up the adoption, she either walks away or changes the subject. I feel like she's just ignoring me.
I see. It must be hard for you to feel like being ignored, right?
Yes, it's actually hard. Yes.
Mariam, I see you rolling your eyes as Sandra is speaking. What is coming up for you right now?
What is coming up? That's what it was all about. I knew it. The minute I'm sidetracked with homework, work, or my son, she gets mad, quiet, and she gives me the cold shoulder. When she starts acting like that, I just find something to do. Usually, I focus on work to distract myself and go about my day until she gets over it.
I'd like to stop here for a moment. Can you help me identify what is happening right now? Sandra, I heard that when you try to talk to Miriam about adopting a baby, you feel ignored because the times you have brought it up, she walks away or changes the subject. So then you become quiet and distant with Miriam, but you don't talk about it. And then, Miriam, I'm hearing that you are so busy with school, work, and your teenage son that you get easily sidetracked. And then, when Sandra is giving you what you call the cold shoulder, you withdraw by focusing on work. Then, as the tension builds up, there are more arguments because both of you are feeling frustrated. Is this what happens at home?
Well, now that you have put it together that way, I guess this is what usually happens when we argue.
I didn't realize it either, but it sounds pretty accurate.
I see. Why don't we explore the emotions that come up some more? Is that okay with both of you?
Yes, that's fine with me.
Sure.
Okay. Well, now that we have identified the dance that leads to arguments, I'd like to focus on your emotions. Let's backtrack for a bit. Sandra, can you tell me if you can identify what emotions come up that make you become quiet and distant with Miriam?
Well, I get quiet because I feel ignored. Yes, I am angry, but I become quiet because I feel hurt And like, I don't mean as much as she means to me. Also, I feel that she doesn't understand how important it is for me to adopt a baby. I want to form a family with her. I don't know or feel closer.
Miriam, what is like to hear that Sandra is not really angry at you when you perceive her as she's giving you a cold shoulder? Rather, she feels hurt and really wants you to know how important it is to her to adopt a baby.
Well, it sounds less threatening, but I also feel like, well, we already have my son. I mean, shouldn't my son, who's also like Sandra's son, be enough?
Sandra, how do you feel about Miriam's son? Do you also agree that her son should be enough for you?
She says that all the time. My son, who happens to be from her previous relationship. I guess I would like to feel that what it's like to have a child with her too. Don't get me wrong, I deeply love her child, but her child has a mother and has a father. So what's my role? What if something happens and we break up? Miriam, you would take your son and I'll be alone. And I don't want to be alone again.
So, what I'm hearing, Sandra, please correct me if I'm wrong, is that you are fearful of being alone and you are seeking to connect with Miriam in a special way because in reality, you feel like Miriam's son connects her to her previous partner in a way that makes you feel less than. Is this the case?
Yes, I am fearful of being alone. I love the relationship that we have with each other, but I sometimes feel in my gut that feeling of being left out. And it's not a good feeling. I wasn't thinking about adopting at 50, but I felt this urgency to have a child of my own because I'm feeling distant and fear that I will lose this family to her ex-partner. I have this image of Miriam returning to that life. And Miriam knows very well that this happened to me in a previous relationship and I ended up alone.
I see. Miriam, so what is like to hear Sandra say all this?
Well, I realize how she could feel that I have a special connection with my previous partner because of our child. And I'm sorry if I ever make her feel like he's my son only. I realize my experience as a single mother makes me say things like that. And I really did not realize how important it is for her to adopt a baby. I honestly thought it was just a thought in passing. But if adopting is important to Sandra, then we can definitely consider it in the future when I'm done with my degree. I do want to point out that having a son with my ex-partner did not necessarily keep me around.
Miriam, can you speak directly to Sandra and repeat what you just said to her? And Sandra, can you please respond back to her?
Sandra, I understand how you could feel that I have a special connection with my ex because we have a son in common. I want to remind you that we're a family and that's not going to change. I truly did not know adoption was this important to you. I'm sorry if you felt ignored. If that ever happens again, can you please come talk to me?
Thank you for saying that we're family. Sometimes I feel I need to hear it from you to feel connected. If I feel ignored and need to talk, I will ask you, let me know when you have a chance to talk. This way, I am not interrupting you if you are busy.
Look at what you guys just did. Sandra talked about her needs and feelings, and you, Miriam, listened, felt your partner's concerns, reassured her, and created a safe place to express feelings and emotions.
Thank you. I don't feel like we did much, but it sounds like we got to the bottom of it.
Thank you. I feel that my feelings were acknowledged and I feel heard.
Both of you should be very proud of the hard work you have done today. We identified the patterns that lead to arguments, connected it to the underlying emotions, reconstructed your views of each other, and came up with a plan for the future. Thank you both for coming to the session. So we'll meet again next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.